Embarrassed. Embarrassed. Every time I come on here, I feel abused. Every time I come here. I don't know what it is, but every single time I make a video, I feel really like. Let me know. Like, I'm curious. Other people, when y'all make videos, do y'all feel like weird and weird, like more uncomfortable with everyone you make, or is it just me? It seems like, you know what I'm saying. I'm not sure what it is, but being embarrassed or trying to like not feel embarrassed, I think. And I'm not sure of what. And that's the part. It's like I have no issues making them. I continue to make them. I continue to do stuff. But with every single one that I do, it's just like, what is that? You know? What is it? Like, why do I? You know? I'm just curious on who, you know what I'm saying? Is it just me? Because they would talk, I've talked about, like, you know, the Dunning-Kruger thing where it's like every single time, like, I know what I know, so I speak on what I speak on only because that's what I know. I don't know, what else. Even if I speak on the same thing 30 times, you know what I'm saying? It's because that's, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm giving you what I know, you know? But with every single one that I do, I end up just like, it's like almost like I can't even watch myself because it's like, this weird thing is like, what are you even saying at this point? Like, what are you even trying to speak on? And it's maybe because it's like, well, I'm guessing it's maybe like me trying to like get a good grip on what I'm doing it for, maybe. Or maybe it's like a question of maybe what else I could be doing, you know? It's like a good indicator, I get. This is what I'm seeing maybe because it's like it's a good indicator of what to do next because I have no choice but to make sure that whatever I am saying is like really what I know I wanted to get across with whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? It's just making sure maybe that, the next one I put on is a little more like it makes more sense to me. It makes more sense to myself and what it means to just like whatever, compelled me to start doing these in the first place, you know. Making sense of it because it's like I gotta checking. I think making sure that in all the everything's in line. You know, it's got to be what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, dude, I feel like so much anxiety for like, which is necessary. People have this like notion that these feelers, like your body has a value system. Your body has signatures. Your body has ways to navigate and to completely just exile a feeling because you don't like it, because you don't want it to happen. Like, that never really, you know what I'm saying? Like, you need something to help you get through whatever's going on, or to get you aware of something so you can then do something about it, massage it away mentally or physically, whatever you got to do to work through, shadow work, do whatever you got to do. It's like having anxiety and things like that, you know, I would look at it almost like, yeah, it's a curse, but it's also, and can be in a lot of cases, a gift to have it, because once you really like come to terms with that, anxiety is really as natural as you are. You kind of need it. It's part of a system that you could work with, but you're more afraid of it, so you suppress it. You try to get rid of it. Think it's not primal. It's not it's not integral to you and your life and how things will play out if you try to ignore anxieties and think that, you know what I'm saying, you're most likely going into a space that makes you anxious. Now, it could be on the inside or the outside, but you're putting yourself into, I was thinking about a while back too, it's like, do we get images, messages, signals, signatures, different things, like when we go to, like, you know what I'm saying, like you driving down a road or something like that, and you know what I'm saying, you get this thought, this feeling, this whatever. It's like, is that part of the road, that thing? Because it's like city states, you know, the 3D mind, but also there's still things, just like that school that freaking put the cemetery and the pieces on the goddamn wall, dude, and didn't expect for this shit to like what? You didn't expect nothing from that? Like, you're building it on top of a cemetery, but I'm thinking like you're going down a road or something, right? And you know, you just get a feeling, you get an image, you get a, you know, something, and an energy catches you. I mean, because people don't think that you touch a doorknob and that can, you know, certain things, and that, boom, you got something. And if you don't take on the day sometimes, we're like, oh, I did touch that. I do that sometimes. Oh, yeah. I did touch it. I did do that with that person. I did do this. That means something. I need to make sure that I'm good, you know? But, and no, and try to, okay, anxiety from what? Is it me still? Is it them from then? What happened and now? Like, what is it? You know what I'm saying? To, okay, I know that this was this. I know this was that. So this is me right now. And is there an anxiety that I need to work on? But I know that most of that energy is from this. So I can, like, be aware. I now know, okay, this is what that was. Not just, oh no, I'm anxious all the goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? I'm around these people. I'm doing this stuff. I've got this job. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing all this stuff, and I can't figure out why I'm so anxious. And it's not even like, and it's a confused anxiety, because it's like I'm not aware of what like I'm doing, because it's like, is it really this person? I've done so many things. I've shook so many hands. I don't know which, you know what I'm saying? I don't isolate myself enough. I don't use that as a good tool, instead of just feeling like it's the only way that I can, like, wallow in my own depression type. It's necessary to do it at times, you know, to try to get all of that out. So, you know, okay. You know what I'm saying? This is not me, or this is me, and I need to check in on that and not, you know, lie to myself about it. I need to not, you know, give myself such a hard time about what, you know, all this is, you know, all that was brought to me. And all that I kind of let in, because I wasn't aware of who I was dealing with fully, because I didn't see the reflections, you know, I didn't see. And sometimes you're like, that that bitch, that nigga, that motherfucker, and you're like, you don't go, and sometimes it plays out like that too. So it's like, you don't really know that just because you didn't check, and now you got to keep going down that path, just like you don't realize you speaking on people and you going the same way that they're going, just because you got to kind of go with that same crowd because you're speaking on those people. That's what your mind is, so you're going to continue to go that way with those people. But if you can break from that person, and mentally mainly, mostly, like, you'll find how much you need to integrate with those people or not, how much energy is worth your efforts or not, things like that. So I don't know, man. Anxiety seems like something worth it, but even though it's like a terrible, terrible feeling at times, and can definitely seem overwhelming, and it's of course triggered. I've heard like by depression and sadness and other things, that anger and other things that are more deeper, but I don't know if all of it. Of course, we have emotions. Of course, those avenues can be looked into separately. But I don't. I think it's still, because what I'm saying, I've never really been into, like I said, things that I feel suppress how I feel and how I want to navigate. Alcohol and pills are not something that I feel since I was young. It's like, this is not natural to me. This is not, to me, I don't know, for other people. But I know that there's another entity that I have to take into my body, that my body is not, like, there are signatures throughout my body that love to intake certain things. It's natural for my body to do so. It heals me the way that I feel it needs to heal me. Me as a kid taking pills, and of course when I got older, started to drink, I realized that, like I said, that there's a limit to things. Of course, moderation is everything, more so than doing anything, really. If you don't know how to moderate yourself, that's more of the issue, because now we have to go into what's really going on with you, because we all got vices and rices and lices, you know what I'm saying? We all doing things in this life, you know what I'm saying? This life is, you know what I'm saying? We all have the little whatevers, but if you are not able to tap in that, we all have addictive personalities and qualities. And that may be because we have not really taken in that there's a lot more trauma in the world than we want to believe. And that's what's really scary about it, is because, we kind of do duck it and actually fuck it. We kind of do both, with society taping over a lot of what is yet to really be uncovered. Unfortunately, to a lot of people, they see life as one way, which is fine and all. But I've come to realize that life is not really what I thought it would be. I deemed it to be. I've said this on other ways, but just really trying to say, because it's like I've said, it's really important nowadays, more so than ever, to really make sense of what's going on around us, and not to, like, sugarcoat life, because it has made us seem to be more interested in entertainment and ourselves, which is important. We need to look at ourselves as individuals and check in on what that means. However, there are a lot of people, a lot of individuals that seem to only be about themselves once they realize that being an individual is something to do. It's very important to know that you can know that we all have addictive personalities, and of course to this day people we take on and look into a high regard are dying from different ailments and alcoholisms and pills and things like this, and withdrawals and such as boogers, sugars, and alls. You know what I mean? It's all kinds of things happening, you know, and we don't really take full account that that's something that's happening. Flashing lights, but what do I know? Flashing lights, oh, what do you know? What do you know? Flash, what? Light. People have a tough time really taking this on, that there's more to life than just you and your family. It's important to make sure that, you know, most, if not all, families are taken care of, or people are helped to find better communities for themselves. And I don't think that really happens. I don't think it's really a thing for us to progress life into something that is an actual community for everyone to benefit and profit off of in some way, shape, or form. And it doesn't always have to be in a monetary gain. It doesn't always have to be for money. And I think that's really important to say, because, like I said, you work for your money, you work for your farm and your stability and your things, while simultaneously not even helping people at least come to at least clean places, help get to, you know, there's not, you know what I'm saying, like, help them help, you know, them help them help, to help others help find communities, you know what I'm saying, something. But that's not necessarily the case. People just work to get, and I get that but the issue is that if we could all take into account that no one wants to struggle on their own. That's really important to all of us, that we all don't want to struggle alone. Yet, everybody's choosing to struggle alone. It like, I get you want to have your own life, but that's what I'm saying, is that I feel like people are trying to figure out what this life thing is. And that's what life is, you know, but the thing is that we're not really coming to too many conclusions once we start to figure out what this life is for ourselves and for others, because most of the time it's a lot harder to integrate with people. And I think it's because maybe selfish reasons. You know, it's more so, well, I gotta get mine and do me for me and mine and my family, and only for me and mine, and we gotta. And I don't think that's really an overall support system structure, whatever you want to call it, for the overall of people. To look at that mindset as you think that is, like, those people are your only family. Like, but we say all the time, man, I hate my uncle, my brother, my sister, my cousin, baby mama, daddy. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand them, dude. But I still take care of my love and you know what I'm saying? I do what I can for them. We've completely lost that with everybody, because now the whole family thing is going to where it's so individualistic. There's no community mindset when it comes to understanding that you can still be an individual, literally still do your own thing, but understand that there's a mindset to have, that you can still have a mindset of, right, this person still needs help, he's still family because he's still a fucking human being. Isn't that weird? Like, but because I would see that we become so overlapped in judgment and fear And, because so many people, we're still coming out of these Stone Age mindsets, if you will. And I just need to beat somebody over the head a couple people, a couple times, and get me a big old slab of meat, cook it up, and life is life, and dude, we got it. We did it. Like, that's the mindset we still have. And it's like, and because I know, and it's that, but unfortunately, it is really that simple. We were at some point just people in caves. We came out and started beating the shit out of everything and each other. And now we're still trying to figure out what that means. That we were those individuals. This is how simple I try to make it in my head when I go down these, because I'm just taking y'all on a journey and what I be thinking about eating. You know what I'm saying? But it's like that I see it as just somebody, oh, bam, this is mine, dude. Yeah, fucking, It was like, you better believe it. Yeah, good. Yeah. And that's just what it was. And then, they were like, people were like, hey, man, maybe we don't need to hit each other over the head so much. Maybe we can, be a little more civilized about this. I mean, I get you're jealous and you want to fuck my bitch. I get that, you know what I'm saying, you love my drip. I get that you can't stand this whip. Dude, it got 2 goddamn rocks on it. Come on. You ain't got no 2 rocks. You ain't got 4 rocks on your car on this piece of plank right here, dude. You ain't riding like me. Not only do I have wheels, but they shined up. Come on. I literally took the hatchet with it and was like, I carved that monkey down, dude. I was like, got that thing perfect, bro. Yeah, but that a motherfucking dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good. What's up? What you jealous about? And then those hammers turn into blammers, you know what I'm saying? And then they turn into goddamn 24 inches, and then they turn into corporate businesses, and they turn into, you know what I'm saying? That's what that, you know what I'm saying? They literally tell you, it's funny, the pen is mightier than the sword. Well, what happened? They stopped chopping niggas up. You know what I'm saying? They stopped slapping niggas in the head. That's what happened. That was the difference. The only difference now is they write it up on your ass. You know what I'm saying? They take you down with a fucking, with a smarmy little fucking, the performance today was less than deplorable. You can't. I feel so unbelievably hurt by the fact that you could not come to standards about the business as a conglomerate. Oh my god. This is what that's the only difference. The club is no longer the club or the pistol anymore. If you're smart enough, you don't have to be somebody upside the neck with something just to get your point across nowadays, or get an opinion out. You know what I'm saying? You have a multitude of ways to make it happen. People don't really make it happen for the good of God, and that's the separation, I think, is because, like I said, we're coming out of these Stone Ages, and we may not have realized that when you get dropped on here, you know what I'm saying? I'm curious, because it's like I've always wondered, the whole thing was if you get dropped here, what are the percentage chances that you already know that there's a thing that's a nothing that's kind of guiding you into things that you could or could not do, unless someone tells you. How do you know? But if you go through enough experiences and realize, you try to, you do get dropped off and ain't nothing here, and you start growing, and you'll see things, because you'll be very grateful because there's no Denny's, you know. You'll be very grateful and find this nothing out of nothing, you know. That's how I see it. When people question that, it's like, but we're still trying to figure out how to find that nothing, and unfortunately, there's an energy also that, which is apparently the same energy. It's all a wonderful conundrum, but trying to separate us from the initial energy to get to, you know what I'm saying? Which apparently is just it just kind of keeps, you know, through a learning process. So all this could happen again. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I digress. Am I digressing? So that's where I'm at right now. It's curious little you know, on what it is, you know, the separation and everything, on who's really trying to get us away from the nothing, from it being nothing, feeling like, you know, it's good to feel the nothing and not feel like nothing, you know. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? I think this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I want to get this out, dude. I just, like I said, no matter what it is, for some reason, though, I mean, like, yeah, man. You know, this one feels good though. I like this one. It feels more. It feels more of me in my head, and not thinking or wondering what other people feel about it. Feels better. Like I said, man, I'm not really looking for a certain thing. I'm looking to see where my mind takes me, you know, where this nothing takes me when I, you know, choose to put it out there. Because I don't, you know what I'm saying, it all stems from, you know, I just, you know, I just feel weird not doing this, but every time I do it, I feel more odd. I feel like I question it more, but like I said, I still do it. Like, as I saw this one woman, and just like, I'm not a professional. Should I show you all of this? Should I still do all these exercises and show you them, even though I know I'm not a professional? I've never gone to a university. I've never, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still choosing to give out my opinion. You know, what is it? Keep checking the way I angle this thing, and the cord I don't have, and the charger for this thing to plug it in here, you know, it's not long enough. But yeah, I think I got it out. I wanna say I feel better. And I hope this makes sense. But I'm curious, man. Is it really like, how do y'all feel about that when y'all like make videos? Do y'all like feel more not confused necessarily, just more like, what do I do now? More of that energy. Do you feel that more as you make these videos, or is it just kind of like I'm curious, you know? I want to know.